Hello everyone. Today let's get to know a little bit more about menopause. I am Dr. Neha Gupta and I welcome you all once again to Feminine. I hope you find this a very informative session. So we are going to today first of all talk about premature menopause. Well, in the previous video I mentioned that the average age of attaining menopause is 51 years. It can happen to different women at different time points between the ages of 45 to 55 years. But if for someone the periods stop before the age of 40 years, we call this as premature menopause or premature ovarian insufficiency. So why will that happen to somebody? That can happen if somebody has undergone surgery wherein the uterus and both the ovaries have been removed. So that is what is known as surgical menopause, because we have surgically removed the ovaries and therefore obviously there will be no more production of estrogen in the female body. So why would that be required? Well, if somebody is suffering from a very debilitating condition called as endometriosis, for which no other therapy is working, or if somebody has a cancer of the ovaries, then doing such a surgery may become absolutely necessary. And so undergoing a surgery involving the uterus, removal of the uterus and both the ovaries, is one of the reasons of a premature menopause. There can be other reasons as well, like if somebody has undergone a chemotherapy or a radiotherapy as a part of the cancer treatment, then these therapies, the chemo and the radiotherapy, they are detrimental to the functioning of the ovary. The ovaries, they stop functioning under the effect of chemo and radiotherapy, and so that could be another reason. The third reason could be some childhood infections of the ovary. The fourth reason could be genetic reasons, like there are certain females who have a genetic abnormality, which means that there is an abnormality in their chromosomal complement. So such females can also have premature stoppage in the functioning of the ovaries. The last cause, but not the least of course, can be autoimmune, which means that the body starts fighting against its own tissues. So the body may produce antibodies which may start compromising the ovarian function. All these factors can lead to a premature menopause or a premature ovarian failure. Now, for how long do the symptoms of menopause last? We've talked about it earlier. The menopausal transition can actually be of a duration of 2 to 8 years. So if somebody is going to attain menopause at say 50 years, the symptoms of menopausal transition could start as early as 42, 43 or 44 years of age. What symptoms can start happening in the menopausal transition? Again, we have talked about there could be menstrual irregularities, there could be hot flashes, there could be night sweats, or there could be vaginal dryness, making intercourse painful and not very comfortable for the lady. So all these symptoms, they start in the menopausal transition. The average age of menopausal transition is around 4 years, and then these symptoms could go on to the postmenopausal phase as well. The 1 year of period after the attaining of menopause is known as the postmenopause. So these symptoms could continue well into the postmenopausal period and beyond that as well. But of course, as you go more and more away from the final menstrual cessation, there is a decline in the severity of the vasomotor symptoms. So the night sweats and the hot flashes, they are more common in the perimenopausal and the early menopausal years. As you become late menopausal, once you are more than say 10 years postmenopausal, then the incidence of vasomotor symptoms becomes significantly less. However, there may be increased risk of osteoporosis, that is the thinning of the bones, and there may be increased risk of having mood alterations or dementia, that is memory loss. Those kind of problems, they may increase as you grow more and more postmenopausal. So how do we diagnose menopause? Well, generally there is no need to conduct any specific tests to diagnose menopause. If a lady who is between 45 to 55 years of age, an average age of 50 years, if she has not had her period for full 1 year, and along with that, if she has the problem of some night sweats or some hot flashes, if she has some mood alterations, if she has vaginal dryness, then all those things put together are sufficient to tell us that she has attained menopause. But yes, if all this happens to a younger girl, or if somebody otherwise has very irregular periods where it is difficult to discern whether she has attained menopause or not, then we can do certain blood tests. So these blood tests usually check for the levels of the estrogen hormone and a few other hormones such as the FSH and the LH levels. So under normal circumstances, what happens in the body is that the brain releases these hormones which are called the FSH and LH. These hormones then act on the ovary, and the ovary produces estrogen. So the estrogen that is being produced then controls the levels of the FSH and LH, which means that once the estrogen levels start increasing, it will suppress the production of more FSH and LH from the brain. So once menopause is attained, the ovary is no longer producing estrogen. So estrogen is not there to control the levels of FSH and LH, and so those levels will rise in the body, and that is what we test to confirm menopause. High FSH levels and low estrogen levels will confirm menopause. Usually we need this report in 2 blood samples at least 6 weeks apart to confirm the diagnosis.